Okay, welcome to part 4 of learning Jeux. This part 4 is what I dare say is one of the easy sections. It's not that difficult to play, and it's even less difficult to learn and to comprehend. If you watched part 3, you'll know what this highlighted blue means. It means that any of these notes that are highlighted in blue are just simply built with either a C sharp or a G sharp, or vice versa. It doesn't matter what order. But everything in blue, all you're looking at is C sharps or G sharps. That's all it is. So do you see all this blue? Even both hands here are highlighted. So what's happening in the right hand is simply this, etc., etc. So it's just that. And then over here, same thing. This is difficult because it's fast and you have to really reach, but it's easy because it's just the same notes. So we have oh, I forgot to write fingering. It's a 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, just back and forth. So you're not using 4, you're using 3. So that's all it is. Here, same thing, it's still blue, so we're still talking about C sharps or G sharps. It's just what inversion we're talking about. So with this inversion, with a C sharp octave, you'll use 3 in the middle. And if it's a G sharp octave with C sharp in the middle, you'll use 2, 5. 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, etc. So right here, 1, 3, 5, because it just fits the hand nicely. 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 5, 1, 2, 5, etc. Okay. Now, I want to talk about where the U's are. Remember what U's mean. They mean under. I'm not going to talk about what's over, what's under, just what's under only. Right here, the right hand will be under. The left hand will be over, or basically kind of in, more towards the keyboard cover, which also means that the right hand is going to be kind of flat and the left hand will be kind of, arched. Okay. And then where does it change? It changes here. The left hand will basically be under, but only not by much. I think it will just be maybe a finger over a finger. So you'll see that when it's both hands. Right here, I decided not to write under at all. I just wrote left hand is more in, towards the keyboard cover, okay? So you just want it, more in and arched, and you want the right hand to be more flat and, kind of under, I guess. Now this crazy thing here, basically, this is your left hand, and this is your right hand. These are the notes that your hands need to be playing, and with what fingers. So your left hand, 4 on B, 3 on C sharp, 2 on E, 1 on F sharp, and same thing here. Notice that there's 2 notes here, but only 1 finger. That's because your thumb is playing both of those. So if I get my right hand on all those notes, you want them here. Get used to that hand position because you're going to be using it for quite a bit. Okay? And left hand, B, C sharp, E, F sharp. It would be this, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay? So get used to that because you're going to need that for this thing. Okay? So I like to play this, as it's written, 4, 3, 2, 1. But I actually like to play this one together, but I like to play these separate. So 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. And then you keep that hand position in the right hand for this. you're gonna play this, but keep it. And then you have these seconds happening. 4, 5, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. So this is happening. It's just this. Etc., etc. What else do you notice? Do you notice anything else? I'll give you a hint. The hands are in the same spot on the keyboard. Yep, if you said the U, yep, you're right, there it is. The right hand will be under the left hand. Let's talk about the left hand a little bit. It's mostly octaves. It's only octaves, I should say. If they're blank, use 1 and 5. I am not the biggest fan of using 1 and 4 on octaves. I mostly just use 1 and 5, but there are rare occasions where I do like to use 1 and 4. This is one of them. So you'll play that G sharp, you'll play that G sharp octave again, but use 1 and 4. It is a little bit easier to maneuver around the right hand if you use 1 and 4 and then 1 and 5. This grace note, please just line it up with the last thing that the right hand plays in this measure. And then you'll use 1 and 4 lined up with that. So this last 4, 5, match it up with that grace note. And then this next 4, 5, match it up with that octave using 1 and 4. And basically, just to review, this quote-unquote easy section starts here, but it ends here after the first line of the following page. All right, so I think it's time to show you the hands separately and together. Okay, so we are on to the keyboard. So I'm gonna show you hands separately, and I'm gonna kind of talk through it. Remember, whatever is highlighted in blue, you're only using C sharp and G sharp. So we have this in the right hand. Then you want to get in that hand position that I showed you written on the back of the paper, but we're only doing right hand, so we have this, that hand position, those notes, those fingers. Okay, moving on, continuing with the right hand. Okay, a lot of repetition, all right? So now the left hand. So watch particularly where I'm hitting the keys, because it's very important. It has a lot to do with whether the hand has to be in, kind of towards the keyboard cover, arched, or whether it's under and more towards the edge and flat. So here it is. 3, 2, 3, 4. Notice I'm sideways and I'm using 2 and 3 for those notes to kind of tap them. Next. So now I'm going to put the hands together, but I'm still not going to use any pedal, and I may still talk through it. Into that hand position I showed you, written on the back of that page. Notice that there's some 2s against 3s there. Listen again. Hear that? So I'll go from here again, the end of that first page. Okay. Now, I will play the whole thing with pedal now, okay? So. Just to kind of prove a point, you may have noticed that I pretty much held the pedal down for almost this entire page. And then I kind of changed it here and held it down for the entire first line. That was really just to prove a point that it's almost one sort of harmony happening. I think the only reason you really want to change the pedal from now and then is because it gets a little loud. You almost want to change the pedal just to kind of lighten it up and sort of start over, because the sound just keeps building. It gets a little too loud. But really, it is pretty much almost one harmony that can be blended. So let me try that again, and I'll just kind of pedal once in a while to sort of clean it up a little bit. So anyways, this page shouldn't be too much of an issue. It's pretty easy to learn. Okay, so good luck with that.